As the recognized global leader in innovative technology for intelligent key management and asset protection, Traka develops specialized and tailored end-user products and solutions that solve real-world problems. With the Traka and Lenel OnGuard integration, we're helping an increasing number of businesses experience unprecedented benefits, such as significant reduction in administration overhead, employee provisioning and prevention of asset losses, automatic data integrity across multiple systems, and cross-platform real-time alerts and notifications. By leveraging the powerful integration, these benefits and more are experienced without a change in interface, streamlining day-to-day operations and improving efficiency. Use of the familiar Lenel OnGuard interface is a critical part of the integration's success and has led to numerous projects with companies like Boeing, Apple, Cisco, Microsoft, Biogen, Schlumberger, and Amazon, who have each recognized the benefits of employing Traka solutions that can integrate into their existing environment. With Traka and Lenel systems working together, two industry leaders converge to provide unrivaled solutions for the end users. The initial decision to integrate Traka and Lenel stemmed from the identification of a major security breach that is all too common in the workplace. A customer needed help, not just reducing the opportunity of, but actually preventing employees from taking keys home and leaving valuable assets in high-risk situations. With this specific case and many others, a solution is only viable if it can be integrated into the existing enterprise access control system. The popularity of Lenel OnGuard makes it the access control choice for many, including 92 of the Fortune 100 list of best companies to work for. And the need to integrate became the critical factor in providing a solution to the client's problem. Ultimately, Traka joined Lenel's OAAP program, learning of the open architecture platform and data conduit, which allows for a seamless interface and two-way communications between the Traka and Lenel software. The Traka and Lenel integration consists of four key elements: cardholder integration, badge and access level integration, Traka events and alarms integration, all of which are exposed to alarm monitoring, and dynamic assignment and removal of cardholder privileges depending on key and asset status. Okay, so here running on a system, we have the Traka software integrated to the Lenel OnGuard software. I just want to demonstrate the cardholder integration. So we've got our Lenel OnGuard familiar environment here. We're just going to pull up the cardholder database. And we're actually just going to go through the very simple process of adding in a new cardholder record. So here we're just going to type in, let's say, John Smith. We can type in the address details of this individual, select the job title, etc. And we can skip across to the badge tab here, and we can select the badge type in the usual fashion, and importantly, enter the badge ID. And this is what's going to identify the individual to the Traka system after the record synchronizes across. So in this case, the badge ID is 64992. We can verify the active and deactive dates because they also synchronize across to the Traka system. Now, here we're going to select our access level tab. And we can see here we've got some access levels to doors and facilities within our environment. But notice we also have these access levels that have the word Traka in them. Now, these access levels actually map to individual key positions or groups of key positions in a Traka key cabinet or across multiple key cabinets. So in this case, we're going to select this individual requires the custodial keys. Okay. Perhaps they also need a mechanical room key, maybe a building master key. So you can define these access levels however you want. I'm now going to select OK, and the record is generated. Now here I've got an example of our Traka Monitor program, which is really looking at the integration between the OnGuard software and the Traka software. And just in a few seconds, this will create an event, and we'll be able to see that John Smith now has the custodial keys, the building master key, and the tracker mechanical room key. If we just take a look at the Tracker 32 environment, we also can pull up the corresponding record from our Tracker user list. And we can see John Smith is now present in the Tracker database. And if we just click on the System Access tab here, we can see that the badge ID has migrated across. And the effective security box is green, which means this individual has access to this specific key cabinet. So now John Smith has been added into the OnGuard environment and synchronized to the Tracker system automatically. John Smith can identify himself on the card reader on the Tracker key cabinet, and the door opens automatically. John Smith is identified on the display here. Notice the LEDs that are red identify the key positions that John does not have access to. However, key position number 10 here is green, and I do have access to that. This is actually the custodial keys access level that we assigned to John. This one also has a curfew that if this key is not returned within 8 hours, it will raise an alarm in the Tracker system. That will be downloaded to the Tracker software, and also that can be synchronized to the OnGuard environment as well, which can then generate an email notification or a text message that that key was not returned on time. When John is finished with the key, he identifies himself to the system, the door opens automatically, and he simply returns that key. And that records that the key is now safely back in the Tracker system. One of the key elements to the Tracker OnGuard integration is the badge integration. So here we have John Smith's cardholder record in the system. I'm just going to click on the badge tab here, and we're going to modify this. So we're going to actually change the badge status to lost. And what that's going to do is that's going to create an event, and it's going to send that to the Tracker system, so that if an employee has lost their badge, or perhaps they've been terminated or something like that, that information synchronizes automatically with the Tracker system. So in our Tracker monitor program here, we can actually see that John Smith is now set inactive in the Tracker database. If we want to, we can actually reference that in the Tracker interface too. So this is our Tracker software. We're just going to click on the user list, and we can now see that John Smith is deactivated. And this is indicated by the effective red status there. And if I was to badge on the Tracker system, we get the ID not recognized message, which identifies that John Smith has been deactivated in the OnGuard environment, and that is seamlessly integrated with the Tracker system and deactivated in the Tracker system. So that's reducing administration time. Okay, so let's say John Smith needs to be reactivated in the system again. We're just going to search for John Smith's record here in the system. Okay, and we're going to click on the badge tab, and we're going to modify his badge. Notice currently the badge status is lost, which was synchronized to the Tracker system, which deactivated him there. Now I'm just going to make the badge active again. I'm going to click OK. Now we're just going to reference our Tracker monitor program here, which is showing what's going on between the two systems. And just within a few seconds, we can see John Smith has been activated in the system again. If we want to, we can actually pull up the corresponding record in the Tracker software. And if we just double click on John Smith there, we should be able to identify that he is now active on the system again, and he actually has access to the custodial keys. So let's just prove that by badging on the Tracker system. You can see John is now active, the door opens automatically, it's identified John, and sure enough, he has access to key position 10 again. From the key cabinet itself, we can actually identify who is holding position 10 by pushing the star key. Key in position 10. We can see the key is out of the system. It's the custodial keys, very important keys, and it's actually due back in 8 hours. There's a curfew assigned to this key. If it's not returned, an alarm will be generated and an email notification will be sent. We can actually see that John Smith is the current holder of this key. He's accountable for this key. In addition to the cardholder and badge integration between the Lenel OnGuard and Traka systems, we can also grant and revoke cardholder access levels based upon the key or asset status. And here we have a demonstration system, and we're going to show how that works. So here we have a man-trap environment. Perhaps it's a man-trap in a data center type facility or a prison. Okay. So the employee comes to work for the day as they normally do. They badge on the employee entrance. They are granted access to the facility. Now within here, we can have our key cabinets, which are securing physical keys, facility keys. We can also have our locker systems, which are securing personal attack alarms, perhaps radios, iPads, laptops, whatever asset you need to control and audit. Okay. Now in this case, if I try to enter the secure part of the facility, it does not allow me to. So this is where the facility limitation and employee provisioning part comes in. Now I'm going to identify myself to the Traka system. Again, notice the ones that light up red identify the key positions that I do not have access to. I have access to position 10. I'm going to remove that. These are the custodial keys, if you remember from up earlier. And I'm just going to close the door there. Okay, now what the system has done here is it knows that I have taken key position 10. I am ready to go to work. And it has assigned me access level to enter the secure side of the facility.
Access granted.
Now, I go about my work day in my usual manner. And at the end of my, let's say, 8-hour shift, I come back
Access granted.
into the key holding area, asset holding area. Now, if I put my key in my pocket and I forget to return it safely to the key cabinet and make it available for the next user, and I try to leave,
access denied.
It doesn't allow me to leave. Okay, so the key element there is that we are preventing employees from leaving a facility with a key, radio, valuable asset. However, I'm just going to badge on the Traka system and safely return my key to position 10, close the door, and in the software here we can see that I have now been granted the permission to leave. And I'm going to badge on the exit.
Access granted.
I am now allowed to leave and go home for the day. I have safely deposited my keys and my assets back in the Traka system and relieving my accountability. With two world-leading solutions coming together, the benefits are extensive, including reduction in administration overhead, cardholder badge and access level data integrity between systems, alerts and notifications integrated in real time, physical key and asset containment to a facility or area, facility limitations and employee provisioning, ensuring employees have a particular key or asset before entering a facility or area. Segmentation support for OnGuard enterprise systems. These benefits allow companies to expand their access control functionality to facility, machinery and vehicle keys, or to valuable assets within a distribution facility, as well as implement controlled processes for absolute employee accountability. For the different industries we serve, including utilities, prisons, educational facilities, airports, data centers, healthcare, government and more, These advantages have become critical to everyday security and facility operations.